Hello there, Aquarius, and welcome to your October reading. Really great to see everybody again. I'd like to start off by welcoming back all of my return viewers. As I've said in a few different signs this month, you really make the difference. I appreciate all of the work that you've been doing on your own personal development and, of course, all the support that you've been giving me. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. And for anybody that's brand new, I'd like to welcome you to the channel and give you a little bit of information about who I am and what to expect today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ashbaugh, and the way that I organize a monthly reading is as follows. I like to begin with channeled information, and this is when I connect with my own intuition and I share whatever I hear, feel, and see with you. After that, I use tarot cards and I pull a full Celtic cross and take a look at all of the salient high points and any sort of potential blocks that you might experience in a given month. And after that, I know that there are certain points of interest that you have, including health, wealth, love, and destiny. So I've put this into the expanded forecast. That way, through the channeled message and the Celtic cross, anything that organically needs to show up, it does. And then through those sort of 4 points that I put in the expanded forecast, I can guarantee that you really get all of the information that you need. Just a quick heads up that you can always use what you see here for your sun sign, your rising, and also for your moon sign. If you don't happen to know all three of those, then just stick with the sign that you were born under and you'll get all of the guidance that you need simply by doing that. As you can see, this really provides a comprehensive overview of everything that you can expect for October. So if you enjoy what you see, I would love for you to stick around until the end. In addition to giving you a review of everything that we talked about and a closing word, I'll also give you some information on how you can support production of videos just like this. Everything from liking and subscribing to joining me on social media. And if you're also interested, you can book an appointment or become a patron. I'll go into the specifics of how you can do that and why it's important at the end of the video, but I know you're really anxious to hear about what's going on this month, so let's get into the channeled information for the month of October. All right, Aquarius, as I selected a deck of cards to use for today's reading and then meditated, what came through for me was, first and foremost, a color. I saw a silhouette which represented you, and it was suffused or filled with the color green, a beautiful, brilliant green that you would associate with the heart chakra. And the way that it was moving, it started to almost sort of like reach up like I would see a tree or a plant do. And it felt like I just had this energy of growth and expansion coming through. The growth and expansion are not limited just to the heart space. I got the feeling that this would include abundance, knowledge, and basically that you are in it's almost like Jack and the Beanstalk right now. You're in a space right now where in a year's time, nothing will be the same. You're going to be shifting emotionally, environmentally, and also I feel like love of some sort is coming into your life, whether it's a partner for you or a partner for someone that you love. I see, new heart space energy all around you. Sometimes what happens when that kind of energy comes through is because that you're basically making space in your life for someone new or something new. So again, this could be a friend of yours, a child of yours, or you. But I see a really significant energy that is all about love, joy, and expansion. This person is drawn to your energy too. So I'm seeing that you've been doing some work on yourself. I feel like it's been divine healing, and the way that you can actually access your own intuition is through your heart space. I've said this in many signs, but love is the language of the universe. It's how God communicates. It's how the angels communicate. And when you want to go deeper in your own intuition, it's not just the third eye. It's not just your seventh chakra. You actually hold that knowledge in your heart space, much like the Egyptians did. It is the seat of knowledge because it's the most sort of ancient language that you can connect with the universe. So if you feel like you're stuck this month, I want you to meditate a little bit and send your thoughts, send your energy into your heart, and from your heart, sort of feel it out. I've mentioned before that sometimes your heart can act as a compass. You could just close your eyes and see what your heart is telling you to do. Does it feel good if you do plan A or plan B? This is going to be a really valid way for you to trust yourself, hone in on your intuition, and basically kick off a year of growth and development. It's almost as, some people have a green thumb. It's all green, like a green auric field right now. So I think that whatever you decide to put your time and energy into, I see growth there. If it's your career, growth. If it's relationships, growth. If it's literally going outside and, touching flowers, they too will grow. So this is a really beautiful month to figure out what is your focus going to be, because if you can put most of that into one space, you're going to really notice a distinct difference from the beginning of the month and the end of the month. Other than that, this is going to gently sort of permeate the next year. So I'm excited about, your next 12-month cycle. And let's see now what the cards indicate could be coming through in the way of growth and development and any other information for the month of October. As I pull the cards, by the way, I'm going to remain quiet, but afterwards I'm going to pull up each and every card and relate it to the messages for the month ahead. So please stick around. All right, Aquarius, let's start off with your Catalyst card. For those of you that watch regularly, you know what this means, but if you're brand new, let me just review. The Catalyst is a way that you can access the highest possible energy of the month, basically stay on path and not get distracted by things. The card reads, begin now, and it says, take your first step. Because this card came through in the reverse state, it's showing me that there's a subtlety to the energy. So what that means is that change is already afoot, it's already underway. And you may not be aware of how rapid things will start to happen for you. I see, again, for some of you, a potential change in career, change in living situation and relationship status, or at least the sort of makeup of your family unit. So maybe a child is getting married, a child is moving, someone new is coming into your family. I like the change. It doesn't seem chaotic. The color of this card is very close to what I was seeing in your energy, a lot of green, associated also with springtime wherever you live. So this is probably for those of you in North America. It's going to come in early next year, second to third quarter, and this isn't that far away. Right now, there could also be a chance for you to create some sort of traction. So for those of you that are impatient, this is showing that you can make some change, make some sort of velocity towards this happen right here and right now. It could be simply by turning your heart towards that. I said earlier that whatever you decide to focus your attention on this month is going to be, really profound. So if you want to go back to school, this is about making sure that you don't miss any of the application deadlines. If you're trying to find a job, sit down every night, get your resume ready, talk to headhunters, look at the job sites. By the end of this month, you might have some leads. Whatever you want to do, really focus on it this month. If it's health, put a lot of energy towards getting healthier and getting happier so that you can enjoy next year, because this can also be travel, okay? So you want to take care of yourself. You want to take some actions now to be proactive and get ready for this change that's happening. And I think it's going to be an exciting year ahead for you. Let's focus first, though, on this month. We're going to start with your central card. We have the Eight of Cups at the center. It's really interesting because both of these cards are reversed, but I need to show you them side by side. If you look at this, it's showing someone from the past. It can involve travel. There's a little sense of longing, love, or loss associated with it. The same sort of thing is here. One of them is someone leaving. One of them could be a return, or again, someone going on a trip. So I see you or someone you love getting ready for a trip, and it could be, well, you're listening to me, so it's not completely unexpected. But I would say the speed with which the travel plans come through, it could surprise everybody. So perhaps within the next month, there could be some movement on the travel front for you, or you might be deciding next year that you want to travel. You could also run into an old schoolmate, a lost love, a new friend, but you have this familiarity with them. For me, the Eight of Cups is either like soulmate, classmate, or sibling. So there's some sort of really deep connection that you feel when you meet this person, and they're coming. I see someone coming into your life. We've got double confirmation there. So either from the deep, deep past, like a past life, or your childhood, or you have this weird sort of soul connection with them, okay? So that's exciting, and again, it starts now. Whatever you're doing right now is calling them in. The speed with which they come, that's kind of up to you, but I see them anywhere between the next month and the next year, kind of depending on how you focus your energy and your efforts. Let's look at what's modifying that, because that's going to have a big impact on the speed. We have the Prince of Cups here. And with the Prince of Cups here, I would say one thing that you want to focus on is positivity. Are you in a place where you are feeling excited about today, excited about opportunities, or is stress filling your thoughts and your mind? Are you kind of worried about your money or what's going on with other people? I think that there needs to be some focus in your emotional state, because if you can start to think in an optimistic way, use your creativity, and also really access your heart space energy, this is going to bring you that growth, that abundance, and that movement a lot faster. If you get distracted by other people's drama, or by global events that could kind of be out of your control, whatever that is, or also kind of thinking of worst case scenarios, it's not an effective way to conduct yourself. So try to be as positive as you can, and know that each and every day, I can't remember which sign I talked to this about, but you could do a mini meditation, like 1 minute or even like 30 seconds at the beginning of the day, and just say to yourself, today is a new day. And if you start the day with that thought, like it's a fresh slate, clean slate, and I'm hoping for the best, that's a really nice approach towards energy, and you start to call in opportunity rather than drama. As we look at deep past, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Some of you may be at a point in your life where you may have sort of walked away from relationships for whatever reason. If you're in one, maybe the investment of time and energy hasn't been what it has been in the past. If you're single or widowed, or just find yourself in a place where work is the most important thing, it feels like there's something to look at with respect to relationships. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself, but if you are avoiding that relationship for some reason, or if you are scared to kind of explore social spheres, this card is coming through to just say, make sure that you know that it doesn't matter if you're alone or together, you're going to be okay no matter what. So just start to open up possibility, especially if you sometimes think it might be nice, just hold space and see what comes through, okay? As I look at your recent past here, we have the Moon card in reverse. Your intuition is picking up. And for some of you, this could be exciting. For some of you, it could be scary, because the moon indicates not only heightened intuition, but sometimes fears and anxieties. So the way that I started to open up to my own intuition was actually through reading cards, because I wanted a way to access it that didn't feel scary to me. So I thought, I'm going to learn everything that I can about reading, and then I'm going to practice every single day. And I think I've been doing this since 2013, cards in particular. And I never put the cards down after I started to read. And so I would encourage you to find some sort of a modality that works with you. It could be yoga, it could be writing, it could be prayer, it could be something like this, tarot cards, or just closing your eyes and seeing what comes through. Find a method that works and stick with it, and keep doing it consistently, at least once a week, and see what starts to develop with your own intuition. That's all you have to do. If you show up, the universe shows up for you, and your channel widens, your ability to bring in new information widens. That's also what I was seeing with growth and development. For you, it has to come from the heart. You're a creative type. I see that. I see it in the meditation. Even if you're working in business, there's something about you that's creative. So I think you have to work with your heart. So it could be dancing, writing, singing, some sort of expression. That's going to help you connect with God and the universe, okay? There's something that you need to clear out of your energy, though, so that, one, this love, this friendship, this intuition, all of these things that want to come through into your life, into your body, into your mind, can actually materialize. We have the Devil card, and it's reversed. And this is a very lovers-based Devil card. Sometimes it really depends on the deck that I'm using. I might see just sort of like chains, or I might see something more abstract. I think some of you are still pulling away from an old partnership. And you see all the thorns here. This is, maybe it started off good, a rose, but what's left now is the thorns. And what I want you to do in looking at your last significant relationship is try to find some sort of a sense of peace for what you gained from it, and use your heart space to go into the parts of your body, your mind, your spirit, your life, where you still feel your partner has some sort of like a thumbprint present. And I want you to use your energy to clear it out and think, I'm reclaiming this. It's a reclamation meditation. You could start to see that green energy permeate everything around you. Basically, love is everywhere, and love replaces the anger, the frustration, the fear. There was something about the past partner, past friend, peer, whoever this was in your life, that they really kind of got in under your skin. And what you can do right now is just acknowledge your own power and decide enough is enough, right? And start to heal, okay? By the way, I love that we actually see a rose here. I think that one way that you could start to create some sense of healing is to work with plants, nature. I sometimes talk to people that are just starting to wake up about a really wonderful meditation, which is to go outside and you can find a tree that you love and sit on a bench or lean against that tree and really connect to it, feeling that you can almost reach up into the heavens, touching the sunlight above you, connecting with the core of it, feeling its strength, and then imagining that you are connected in the earth too, putting your roots deep within the planet so that nothing can basically take you away from your sense of being strong, connected, and grounded. So yeah, you can go to a tree and then give it your troubles, give it your worries, and it will take it, put it into the ground, and the earth recycles it. It's a wonderful way to sort of literally ground yourself. It's like a lightning rod that takes the energy. So the next time you have a thought about your ex, about someone who's passed away, about someone who just gets under your skin, whatever it is, it feels like there's distance, time, and it's difficult for you to either talk to this person because you don't want to see them or because they're no longer on the planet. Whatever's going on, go to the tree when you feel this energy, meditate, and basically say, God, universe, tree, take this energy, I no longer need it, and allow me now to just replace it with love, with light, and with that beautiful green energy that Nicholas was seeing when he was meditating. And just look at the grass, look at the trees, look at the sun above you. Replace the energy of that person with the energy of your surroundings. Okay. We have the Chariot here in the near future. Some of you really enjoy driving or traveling or kind of, this strikes me as a mode of travel. So it's almost like you're getting an itch to get on a plane, get on a bus, get in the car, and I think that's a really healing energy for you, so there's nothing wrong with that. This is also showing me that you're getting in control of your life, of your energy, of your emotions, and you're going to feel a really great sense of equilibrium coming in around the middle of the month. So it's a great time to take a trip. It's also just a good time to look at how far you've come. If you've been trying to get healthier or trying to deepen some sort of goal or aspiration in your life, you're going to see the progress, you're going to feel connected to that, and it's going to be a good thing. So midpoint of the month looking really good for you. As I'm looking at your ego this month, and this is sort of your anchor and how grounded you are. We have the Five of Cups, and I feel like every single sign has received the Five of Cups this month. So let's talk a little bit about the Five of Cups. This is the equivalent of like spilled milk, right? You see this person that's worried about something that happened. It's kind of like when you literally drop something and you beat yourself up over an accident that you couldn't really have avoided. So look back at your past, look at whatever's going on right now. If there's something that drives you crazy or you're angry about, think to yourself, how much could I really control that? And what can I do now to affect a better tomorrow? Because freaking out about, the milk that's been spilled on the floor, it's not going to bring it back. So what I think would be really good for you right now is just to be easy on yourself and to be proactive and productive. And think to yourself, listen, I can go to the store, I can buy more milk. I know I'm speaking in metaphors, but if it's about something that you lost, money, an opportunity, love, you can grow something new. You have a green thumb when it comes to love. So put your passion into something and find a way. You are not going to have problems with money over the next quarter of the year. If you do, you're going to improve upon it. You're not going to have problems with love. And if you put your mind to it, I feel like you can create something out of nothing. So you kind of have this magician energy working with you right now. So believe in it and own it, and the sky's the limit, right? All right, in your environment, we have a kind of stubborn card here, the Queen of Wands. So even as I'm telling you some of this, you might be thinking, I don't know. I'm going to say this. Try to keep as open a mind and perspective as you can. If you can at least entertain possibilities, then you are holding space and allowing it to come in. You need to do that because I see a lot of things that want to come and literally kind of knock on your doorstep. So if you can allow for jobs, love, friendship, and other opportunities to come through, they're ready, okay? But there's something about you right now that enjoys your privacy, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like, again, there's something about your previous relationship or someone that might still be in your life where you just feel like, I've had enough. I'm actually happier being on my own, or I need space to sort myself out. Nothing wrong with that. As I look at your outcome card, we have the Four of Wands, and the interesting thing with this one is it feels a lot more fun this time around. The Four of Wands is a commitment card, but you notice this is a tree house. So for some of you, I think your independence is key. If you're single and looking, this is saying don't rush into living with somebody. Keep your house, keep your residence, keep your independence. If you're married, it's saying you need some sort of space in your life that you can call your own. Whether it's a job, an activity, or literally carving out a niche in the house that can be your particular space to read, to do a craft, to just shut the door and meditate. Whatever it is, I feel like that's going to be really, really important to you. The Four of Wands, whether it is upright or reversed, indicates good foundational energy coming in. So I still see friendships and opportunities abounding in the next quarter of the year. So the only thing that will hold it back is how ready you are to make space for it in your life, if that makes sense. Let's expand the forecast. We'll get some more clarity as we do this. We're going to begin with your health card, and health is not always just your body. It's your attitude, it's your environment, and it can be multiple sort of things. So it's mind, body, and spirit. I got a card that shows some sort of bittersweet news here, and it's interesting because it looks like it might actually correspond with a birthday that's coming up. Whether it's your birthday or someone else's, just be aware that there may be a little bit of great news mixed with something that you didn't expect. This is exactly what we saw here with the Five of Cups. So I want you to try to take lemons and make them lemonade if you can. Whatever it is, there's a lot to be grateful for. Even if you're not able to do everything that you want, or if the news wasn't as stellar as you'd hoped, there's some sort of silver lining. Hold on to that and focus on that, because if you really kind of pay attention to just the bitter part, you're going to miss out on a lot. There's a cake there. There's something to celebrate. Don't focus on what you can't control, if that makes sense. Okay? Let's go ahead now and look at wealth. In wealth, we have higher learning. And we have an archangelic entity or an ascended master here. It says, you have learned from experience, more inner study is now required for further progress. Some of you may be deciding to go back to school. Some of you may be deciding to kind of go deeper into this intuitive path that I saw for you. So whatever your decision there, just know that you're supported, and it's going to create this growth and development. If you want, seek out some sort of a retreat, because that's really what I'm seeing with both this card and also the Eight of Cups. Traveling, exploring, meeting like-minded individuals, and it can be completely platonic, because the Four of Wands does not have to be a romantic card. I feel like some of you are just ready for platonic connections, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Looking now at love, so we can get a little context on why that's coming through. What I see here is the intensity of falling can kind of scare you. Falling in love, or being enraptured, or being surrounded by the energy of love. It can be a little bit overwhelming. So I think the main message this time is to just create logical boundaries and don't completely lose yourself in the other person's energy. Many of you may have played the role of mother, father, caretaker, or simply an enabler even for someone that may have been, addicted to something or had unhealthy habits in their life. And now you don't have to be defined by that other person. And the next time around that you find a deep friendship, a lover, or someone in your life that you care about, they're not going to be kind of like surrounded or shrouded with all of this darker energy. So as you clear and clean your life, as you push this green light all around you, it's going to attract someone else who has done the same work, okay? So don't be afraid. This time it's not going to be like you're falling. You're going to meet each other on the level, and it's going to feel a lot more fluid. It's like meeting an old friend. Hopefully all of that makes sense, and I think now we can move along to the final card in the spread, which is Destiny. And Destiny allows you to check your progress. Are you happy about the direction in which you're headed? If so, stay with that path. Otherwise, you can course correct. Your final message centers around aspiration, and the key phrase that I want to read is this. It says, keep your heart open, kind, and loving, so that the energy of the universe can move freely through you. And I think that's the key phrase that really resonates with you, because I mentioned that the heart is really how you're going to be able to have amazing downloads and connections to your intuition, to God, to all of this growth and development that wants to happen for you. So at this point, I would like to go ahead and review everything that we talked about, and then I'm going to leave you with your closing word. So we've talked about this at great length, but your channeled information this month really centered around growth and development, and it's centered in your heart space. And it was on purpose that I actually picked this green color, because that's what I was seeing all around your energy. Your catalyst this month has to do with taking steps right here, right now, to bring about some of the change that you want in your life. It says take your first step. So whatever you've been afraid to do, this is a chance to at least get some momentum started. And by the way, as we look at this card, it's hinting at what's around the corner. Perhaps a move, perhaps meeting an old friend that's coming back into your life, or meeting someone with whom you've shared a past life. There's some sort of a really deep connection in your extended family or directly in your relationships that wants to show up this month, and I would say also within the next year. In fact, we have that card, we have the center card, Eight of Cups, which shows returns, and then we have the Four of Wands. It's a deeper love. This isn't like, it doesn't have to be sexual or sensual. This has a much more of a kind of connection between friends and really deep soul connection. So if you've been seeking that out, it feels like it actually is starting to materialize, so stay firm in that vision. Your emotions play a really strong and important role in what's going on. We have the Prince of Cups here saying that you need to stay connected with that. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse in the deep past, also showing that there's a little bit of healing to happen. So allow for that to transpire. I think a lot of this has to do with a past relationship. And one thing that we mentioned as we looked at love is that that person was kind of a mess, and it feels like a lot of their energy was scattered everywhere. So you're still doing a little bit of cleanup, but by and large, most of that has been done. And what we see at the midpoint of this month is a feeling of being in control. Finally, you're in control of your own energy. You've learned how to manage it, and there's nothing holding you back from a future relationship or fixing some sort of an existing relationship in your life, except your own hesitation, your own fear, which is something that you want to examine. As we look at your ego this month, again, staying positive. This is a common thread here. We have 3 Cups cards, and they're either reversed or this one's crossing, which is showing that there needs to be a little bit more organization in that part of your life. Focus on maintaining your emotions, not giving into them, and knowing that you're going to be okay, staying on the high side of things, because this bittersweet card is showing that there's a lot to celebrate, but sometimes you get pulled in a direction that's counterproductive. Stay open to new ideas, to new thoughts. Don't be stubborn if you can help it. But the cool thing with the with the Queen of Wands is that you are good at managing your life. And nobody really does have to tell you what to do. But there may be some options and opportunities coming through on the horizon with friendships, with activities. And this is where you want to stay open, because if you get too stuck in your habit, then what we're seeing here is that you're closing off from all of these beautiful opportunities around you. And now let's go ahead and extend the forecast here, looking at health. Celebrate the successes, focus on what you can change. Don't feel kind of laden down by things that you can't. Higher learning is at your disposal. It's a great time to take a class or to take some sort of an experience that might bring you on a retreat, anything that connects you with like-minded individuals, because we see right here at the outcome the Four of Wands. And friendship and long-lasting relationships are coming through if you want it. You've learned your lesson in love. So if you meet someone again that looks like a fixer-upper, they're not a house, a lot of that stuff is not going to change, and so just be aware of that. This card was basically reminding you that your heart is the center of your connection to God, and you will be able to sort of deepen your spiritual sensibilities through connecting with that heart space, through arts, through crafts, through expression. So do what you can this month to really open up your heart. It's going to be a good thing. The Devil reverse is showing you that your cycles of pain, of suffering, of feeling trapped, they're done now. You are in control. We're seeing movement here from something that was codependent or had strings attached to something that's unconditional. So I really like the trajectory that your energy has been taking. I definitely see growth and development. The main question for you, as I said earlier, is what do you want to focus on? So I'd just like to say thank you again for allowing me to spend this time with you, and I hope you got what you needed this month to approach all of the opportunities with a sense of optimism, preparedness, and if you ever feel like you want to talk a little bit more about something that we discussed here, or maybe there's something unique that's going on in your own life situation, I'm here for you. And the way that you can check in with me is by clicking on the first card or the first link below the video. And this connects you to my booking site where you can schedule an appointment and we can talk. If that works for you, then I look forward to hearing from you. Otherwise, if you just want to support the channel and allow for future videos like this to be possible, you can do so by clicking on the second card or the second link. When you do this, it'll take you to my website and there'll be some options there to become a patron. You can do a one-time contribution as small as $1, or you can do something that is sustaining, either through Patreon or by clicking the join button here on YouTube. And that allows me not only to continue to buy new materials, but also to set up the time that's necessary for production. So I just want to let you know that a little bit goes a long way, and I really appreciate everyone who stepped up and helped me in the past. If you're considering doing it today, thank you as well, because you're helping make the next round of videos possible. The final way that you can make a difference is super easy. It really just involves a few clicks. So if you have a moment, click on the third card or third link, and this will take you to a page on my site where you can join me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also subscribe to my newsletter if you'd like. Additionally, if you haven't already liked and subscribed here, I would love for you to do that. That helps tell YouTube and me that this is making a difference. Finally, feel free to share what you see here on your social media feeds, because this not only helps me reach new people, but it also helps me accomplish a few of my goals on the planet, which are to really help talk about spirituality in a way that people can relate to, so have intelligent conversations about it, to shed some light in a time where I think a lot of people are looking for some sort of a compass, and to inspire people to do the same. I want more light workers out there on the planet. So thank you for sharing this, and also for sharing your time with me today. For your closing word this month, I just want to let you know that you have moved past the experiences that made you feel either trapped or uncertain. What I see now is a sense of really being steady and resolved in what your purpose is, who you are. And you don't need anybody to make you happy. That being said, love is coming around the corner here. So if you're in a relationship, you can go deeper into that relationship. If you're looking for friendship or for new love, then keep an open heart and an open mind, because you may be surprised by what's around the corner. And just a reminder that love can take many forms. I found this little guy a couple years ago. He's a rescue, and he absolutely opened my heart and changed my life. His name is Apollo. He's a natural healer, and honestly, I feel like pets are really deep and beautiful souls. So if you're in a place where you want some sort of healing, maybe you could connect with animals. It's something that I think is great, and definitely going the route of a rescue is an amazing thing that I would recommend to anybody. So from Apollo and I would just like to say thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I wish you all the best in love, in life, and in everything, really. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in 1 month's time.